Alright, good day everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is a Beautiful Things Head Wrap workshop. This is our second time at Juneteenth and we are grateful for the opportunity. I'm going to show you a little bit about how to wrap, some ways to wrap your hair, and maybe I'll do one on myself and a few on the mannequin to give you some ideas. But I first want to tell you a little bit about what all this head wrap fuss is about. So head wraps, typically it was a way to crown your head. You braided your hair in African cultures in different ways to decorate it as a sign of beauty, as a sign of symbolic ceremonies that you might be taking part in. And women typically wrap their hair as part of beautifying themselves. Like everything else across cultures, things changed, but more typically the more traditional head wraps in the eastern coast areas were higher, and the broader ones were from the western coast. The northern cultures mostly covered their heads in a shawl type look, but this has all been mixed up by fashion, by people traveling around, by people's interests, and really now people wear head wrap as a symbol of their own self-expression, just the same way you choose to wear a blue dress versus a red one, pants or a shirt, and so forth. So I'll give you a few examples. Here's a shot of a gele, which is a typical West African head wrap of the current times. And then here's a shot of a kitamba, which is from the eastern coast. But that's just the fabric that they're made from, the way they're tied, and they're constantly evolving even in themselves. So this is Miss Jane. Miss Jane is going to help us with allowing us to practice on her head. And I'm going to start with one basic cloth that you can wrap your head with, and you can really literally use any cloth that you have. There's things sold as head wraps, there's pieces of fabric to match something you wear, and even a piece of fabric that makes you happy. Allow yourself to be free to pick what you want, but typically you iron it up and then fold a line on it at the top of it like that, and you wrap it over your head in this way. It will seem unnatural because it seems like it's really far down her forehead, but it slips up as you go. So you put it down much further than you're going to wear it. And your first step is to secure it in some way. So in this case, I'm just crossing it over the back of Miss Jane's head like that and tightening it as much as possible. See, it's slipping up as I said. Oops, let's not drop Miss Jane. And then we take one end of it and wrap it around her head, rolling the ends over. And rolling the ends over. This is a tip, you see this a lot in different ways, and this is where you get creative. You can roll it twice, say, and make a bow and wrap it up, tie it at the back, and then adjust this part of your head wrap to fit your face as you like. Now, everybody tells me, well, you're doing it on someone else, I'll have to do it on myself, so I promise that I'll show you 2 wraps on my head. Don't be concerned. I'll show you a different one also. Some fabrics are a little stiffer and are more giving. So here's another one. This is like a narrower piece of cloth. You might find something like this in your closet. If you don't have something this wide, you can just fold it to that width. And here's another way. Now remember I started at the front and the other one. This one I'm going to start at the back of Miss Jane's head. So wrap it around your head in this way, crossing over like that. And here again, creativity kicks in. You can wrap back over, bring it back round, and tie a knot here. You can put a clip there and do something fancy with it. But say if you have a ponytail or something, it could be rolling out of there. Right? And you can do this exactly the same way backwards and have the knot at the back on the side. So be creative. The thing is to feel free to use your cloth and yourself as your experimentation. I have something that I've made for people who are really not willing to try completely on their own or just want to do a shortcut. A little cap-like thing, and you put it over your head. I made these for my friends who said, no, I can't tie that. It's going to fall right off my head. So you wrap it, you wear it like a cap, and then you have these 2 bunny ears, and that's what you wrap around your head. It's an easy way to wear a head wrap. And you can tie it this way, you can tie it that way, you can make a bow, you can do whatever you want at this point. But just for Miss Jane today, I'm going to tie it at the back of her head. And there you go. See, easy peasy. I'll show one more of them, just so you see how you could do different things with them. I have my favorite colors here. So instead of putting the bunny ears facing down, you can put the bunny ears facing up. And do the same thing, wear it. Obviously you'll be gentler with your head than I am being with Miss Jane, but Miss Jane's a little unstable here. So then, because instead of starting back, we can start forward. We can wrap that. Oops. Miss Jane is really bald, which makes for nothing to hold your cloth. You can wrap it upwards and arrive at having a cloth like this. Something like that. Tuck it if you want ends hanging. You can have ends hanging. You can tuck it back in the back and have something more finished and neat. Something like that. Right. And of course, you'll always adjust it to fit your face as you prefer. Thank you. So now I'm going to keep my promise and show you how to do it on yourself. So I'm going to pretend you're my mirror. And my go-to head wrap style is front to back, and I typically wear my hair up a lot. So I put my hair up like that, and put my cloth on the top of it. Pay attention to where my ponytail is sticking out of it, and I just cross the back. There's no knot. I cross at the back, wrap it all the way around my head. I hold it there for firmness, and I bring the other one round. And I wrap all the way around and make a knot over here. And some people just put a pin, but I put a knot because I like to feel a little more secure with it. And then this is what I was saying, you adjust it to fit your preference. So I don't like it all the way down my forehead that much, so I shove it up a bit. I make little pleats on it. Some people like it lower, so you wear it lower and you adjust it to fit your lead. It's an amazing thing because you can tie your head every day, every morning, and you'll have a different style because it never really comes out the same way each time. Very creative people will put a flower in there, a bow, whatever you want. But go for it, is what I always say to people. So that's one way. Another way is if you have a bigger cloth. This is another thing I like. And I took a really bright multicolored one so you can see the different layers in it. So again, like I said, my favorite is to go from the front, and I'll show you one from the back too, but this is from the front as well. So I make that fold like I showed you on Miss Jane. I shimmy it further down that I'm going to wear it. Then I wrap it, and I cross it. And I make sure everything is facing upwards, and I roll it. Roll, and I'm sure as I do this, you're seeing, oh, I've seen that a lot of times. I wonder how they get that. This is how it happens. So you roll it all the way around, and tuck it in the back over here. Tuck it in a way that you feel safe, like you feel like it's not going to fly off. And then do the same thing on the other side. Roll it, be patient with yourself. Remember, I've been doing this since I was about 12, and that's a few years. A lady doesn't say how old she is. It's been a while. And I tuck it in, and then I adjust the front of it, and all of a sudden I have the crown on. And you could use any color. I'm going to show you how to do it if you have two different color cloths, or there's something that you really like but the cloth is too narrow and you just want it to be the crown. So this is two. Again, you haven't gone out and bought anything new. You just have a piece of something you really like, but it's not that big, or it's not long enough for your liking. You take the two pieces like this. Whatever you want to be on the outside to show the most, you put on the outside. Like that. And you look at them to be about one-third, an overlap of one-third of each. I don't know if that's clear, but a third of each. So you'll have something like this for the size of the cloth I have. Then pull it up like that, pull it up, pull it up. I'm going to start at the back just so that there's a demonstration of that too. And let's wrap it from the back. Tuck it neatly. And I now want my crown to start at the side. And so I roll it here like that. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. When it gets long enough that it's needing to be managed, wrap it. You can wrap it this way, you can get that style, or you can wrap it this way and you'll get that style. And you just keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling all the way. And tuck it. Tuck it. Remember, you want to feel confident with it, so that's how you decide if you feel like you're going to be able to walk and roll. And there's your style. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And of course, you can reach us at our website. You can ask any questions you want to, but experiment. There's nobody who really knows how to tie their hair. They learn as they go. Thank you.